Oh, yeah. Oh, it's one of those days. We just feel like you walked into a spider web. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Why is this? Give me another second here. This camera itself is all up in my face. Let's go. Oh, yeah. That just seems awful close. Let's. Well. All right. We'll deal with it, I guess. Holy smokes. I guess I got to just back it up a little bit. Anyways, welcome back. Welcome back to my bad head on this thing. Let's figure this out. One sec. All right. Should be good, but it's not. But we're going to do what we do. All right, let's get into it. So every Tuesday, every week I head out to the internet and I peruse TikTok, and specifically movie TikTok, to see if there's something out there that's worth talking about. I bring it back here to you. We talk about it and we see if we can make fun of it or praise it, or, add something intelligent to say, perhaps. Who knows? That's my goal, is to maybe do something fun. That's all this is that's fun. And I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to have a little bit of fun today, but we're also going to have a little bit of a little continuation of confrontation, if you will. But it's not a big thing. It's not a big thing. We'll get into it. But before we do, I want you to do me a big old giant favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Just be a big old dirty baby. We really appreciate that. If you're watching this afterwards, thank you so much for checking this out and everything else we do around this channel. I do not only this, but we have our live stream where we review movies and stuff on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. So check that out there. And so if you don't want to see just me, check out the other boys as well. Sunday evening, 8 p.m. This week we're talking about the first original Naked Gun film, and we'll be talking about Naked Gun and the two subsequent Naked Gun features as well. And I feel that we're going to be talking a little bit of Naked Gun tonight with this TikTok as well, because that was a movie that came out this past weekend. So I imagine there are some people with some thoughts on that. So we'll cover that and a whole bunch more. But again, do us a big old giant favor and hit that like and subscribe button and all those good things. We really appreciate it, and appreciate you. All right. We got a lot to go through. As you know, these TikTok Tuesdays take a long time because there's a lot in there, and Adam be yakking. So let's get it on up here and start right away. Let me get my correct phrasing. There we are. Let's roll.
You got one problem, though, Jake. You got no witnesses. Who your fucking witnesses, huh? Roger? Smiley? You think my troops are gonna help you? It's not what you know. It's what you can prove.
Here's the thing. As long as you can just animate yourself to a wild degree, you can do Denzel super easy. Just go wild and crazy and get into that. You don't know. I love Denzel, one of our greatest living actors. I hope he stays around for a long, long time. I can't get this bloody camera to sit right for worth of crap. There we go. Much better.
Yeah.
What's next?
0 out of 5 was too high. That's
all right. So Jamal's back, everybody. Jamal's back. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is probably going to be one of, if not my last Jamal video, because I've kind of figured it out, man. He's a rage baiter. He just baits all the time. That's what he does. I'll talk about what his newest thing is after this that really just kind of wildly gets him engagement and whatnot. And so quite clever, this Jamal here. But we're going to go back and we're going to see what his response to is a lot of the Fantastic Four brouhaha. You can see the last episode of TikTok Trash Tuesdays where I talk about that, or a couple of other things on our regular social media, so you can see little truncated versions of it. But needless to say, Jamal here has weird ways of thinking about movies. So let's see what he's got.
Score was too high. It deserves negative numbers. While everybody else was busy defending that, while I was saying, hey, these movies are wrecking the ecosystem, some people tried to call me anti-art for saying,
hey, Jamal, I noticed you watched the video, buddy. Thank you. Now, I understand why you didn't respond. That makes complete and utter sense. I wouldn't want to have to respond to me either.
Don't go and see it. Do you know what none of you were talking about? Highest to lowest.
And look at him change the subject. My. Let's get into it.
So can you handle the mayhem? Can you handle the money? Can you handle the success? Can you handle the failure? Can you handle the lovers? Can you handle the memes? Can you handle everything that there is in between?
This film comes out in 19 days. Mm-hmm. Where's the conversation? Where's the marketing? Where's the push? Where's anything about this film?
Why would we need that? Let me ask you this, Jamal. In the world of we don't need all of X, Y, and Z because, the Marvel films, DC, Star Wars, everybody's doing all of these things. Everyone's retreading everything. And yet the thing that you come back with to argue is Spike Lee remaking another movie? My friend, you've got to be putting me on. This is absurd. Your defense is, all right, let's hear it.
Let me remind everybody who's involved. Spike Lee, Denzel Washington, a big stacked cast. And do you know what? It's a reimagining of a Kurosawa film.
Yeah. So, why would we want to see that? Why? Why would you want to see that? Is it because it worked out so well with Old Boy? Spike's Old Boy remake just kind of knocked that one out of the park, you think? No one wants to see his remake of High and Low because, number one, most Americans haven't seen High and Low, first and foremost. It's a sad state of affairs, but it is what it is. So you're not banking on that one. Most Americans, again, it's a sorry state of affairs as it is, couldn't tell you who Kurosawa is right off the bat. They're just like, who's that? And they'd be like, I don't know. What's he run a restaurant? They wouldn't know. It's a sad state of affairs, but it is what it is. But if you're a fan of Kurosawa, how are you jumping at the bit here to go see a remake of it by Spike Lee of all people? Even if you've got such a talented cast on your hands and everything. Again, Josh Brolin's a great guy, but do I want to see Josh Brolin do an Old Boy remake? No way, dude. That's ridiculous.
Not a carbon copy remake, a reimagining.
Oh, well, it's a reimagining then. Well, I guess all rules are out. It's a reimagining, guys. It's fine then. Or is it? Why don't, again, for somebody that talks about how everything is bankrupt of stuff, just call it something else. Just make your own friggin' movie and loosely base it around High and Low. Why do you have to go out of your way? And I'm talking to Spike Lee at this point. Spike, why do you got to go out of your way to be like, I'm referencing this? Who gives a shit what you're just make your own thing. And you can have those references. I mean, listen, George Lucas stole from Kurosawa all the time, but you know what he made with it? Star Wars. He didn't make Seven Samurai 2. He didn't remake that. He remade Yojimbo and Rashomon and shit, but he did it within the confines of a sci-fi movie. And frankly, that's what I'd like to see, Spike do. Don't sit there and wave your flag. Just have it be one of those things that we watch it and kind of go like, hey, you know what? That's a little bit like High and Low. But no. It's a reimagining, so somehow that's okay.
It already got great reviews ages ago when it premiered at a festival, but now, silence.
Oh, well, if critics at festivals said it was good.
19 days away. 19 days away from it coming out. Silence. One of the greatest...
He's over... What? Who are you blaming for this? Who are you blaming for this?
Living American storytellers, reimagining a movie by one of Japan's greats, maybe one of the all-time greats.
Okay, so what we're saying is a guy who's been played out and hasn't made a good movie in many a year. I mean, well, he makes a couple here and there. That's the bad part about Spike. Spike Lee will go good movie, bad movie, bad movie, bad movie, good movie. That's kind of like his pattern. Maybe not exactly that way, but it's been like Spike Lee does a great thing, and then Spike Lee does a couple of things that you could just so easily throw in the trash. It's like, who cares? And then he does something spectacular. Now, I'm hoping that this is a spectacular thing, but hope ain't high.
Kurosawa, and it's just out there floating in the ether. No marketing. Where's the interviews? Where's the hype? Where are all the TikToks? Where's the machine, pushing this?
Who cares? Who cares? That's their fault. That's their problem.
Generating this interest.
But if there's not interest, what if they've already kind of done all the research and everything and realized, hey, this is kind of a loser. We've done the math. And I'm not a person who gives studios a whole lot of leeway and go, oh, you're doing such a great job. But maybe they did the math on this one.
Thing is, the studios don't think you care, and they might be right. We keep blaming them, but they're capitalist machines at the end of the day. And if they don't think that your brains are going to want to see this movie, they're not going to push it to you. And I'm sorry, but brains are broken, people. Mine too, by the way. I'm not saying that mine is better than anybody else's.
You're constantly saying that. That is your entire shtick, Jamal. All you say is you are all the stupid thinkers and me is the smart one. What are you talking about, dude? That's your entire MO.
I feel it too. I feel a slipping attention span.
Amen.
I feel
he feels a slipping attention span, but listen how long this video is. It's unbelievable. I'm only stopping it so you guys can regain your sanity. Look at Josh in the chat. Josh said, someone is making an American version of a Kurosawa film. Who hasn't done that? Exactly. But here's the thing. Most of those Kurosawa remakes and stuff like that, like your Magnificent Seven, again, that was a retelling of a Kurosawa story within a completely different genre. The same basic strokes and everything are there, and that's perfectly fine. And if that's what Spike Lee does for this film, again, perhaps you shouldn't be waving your flag around going, oh, yeah, this is a reimagining of a Kurosawa, because I don't want to hear that from you. Now, make something that's got that sort of reference and vibe and everything to it. I am A-okay with that. But you coming in and just going like, oh, and then again, like Jamal over here, hiding it under the guise of it's a reimagining. Shut up. It's lazy storytelling is what it is.
A loss of nuance. I have to work to keep it going. I'm not pretending like I am not a victim of these things too. Brains are broken. You can be
amen to that for your side, Jamal.
Be mad at me all you want, but I just saw this dude, I don't even know who this is, celebrating this weird war he's in about making movies shorter. What?
A lot of movies need to be shorter. Now, I'm not saying that like we should start going through and exercising, long bits out of good films. If I was to say like, oh, do you want to take 25 minutes out of The Godfather 2? I'd be like, what, are you insane? No, that's ridiculous. I don't think he's arguing for that. I think the guy's probably arguing for we need to start making movies shorter and not thinking that every single movie out there needs to be an epic that's 2.5 hours long. I agree with that statement.
Movies should be the length that they are.
Again, that's what I mean, and I'm sure that's what he means at the same time as too, in as much as you need to start exercising things out of them that don't need to be there.
60 minutes, 3 hours, who cares? What is wrong with you?
See, this is him trying to take this is him trying to pretend that he's very artsy with this one. This is him going, you cannot delete. You're trying to get art points here, and it ain't working, bud.
What are we doing to ourselves? I say, hey, this movie's bad for the ecosystem. Everybody proves me, but they also lose their minds. But
we lose our minds because you acted like an arrogant jerk, man. That's all it is. You aren't completely wrong in the things that you say. You just say them like a complete and utter buffoon. And I hate to be that guy, but like somebody got to tell you, dude, you can't hear it right or something. I don't know what it is.
None of those people have said a single word about a Spike Lee, Denzel Washington movie that...
Who cares? Who cares? What a dumb argument. You guys like the Fantastic Four movie, and you aren't talking about the new Spike Lee movie. Brother, what does one thing have to do with another? Get out of town, dude. Just talk about like connecting the two most disparate things out there. reaching.
Comes out in 19 days. Do you want to know what happens when audiences stop demanding better? Not
Listen, I agree. Audiences should be demanding better, but like again, as per usual, Jamal, you attack things in the incorrect way.
just from the work, but from themselves. The people out there who have the ability to make better will stop getting chances. You want to know what happens?
No, they won't. No, they won't. If Tom Brady was an absolute piece of garbage, he would have played in the NFL as long as he wanted to. But if you ain't delivering, guess what? You go ball. You go. Get out. Get out. When Roethlisberger was doing really good and he got into a little bit of trouble, what happened to him? Nothing, because he delivered. That's those people will still get opportunities to make those movies because those people deliver. Now, will they be able to deliver them at ridiculously high rates? Probably not. But they'll still get to do what they'll want to do much more so than any of the other folks out there.
Happens when we reward laziness and mediocrity
and yet you are over here being the cheerleader of a remake. A reimagining. No, it's a remake, bud.
Formula, you become lazy.
Just like Spike Lee in remaking yet another movie that doesn't belong to him. Lazy.
You become mediocre. You become part of the formula.
See, remember with Jamal, everybody, it's your fault. It's your fault.
19 days. Spike Lee, Denzel, Kurosawa. No one's talking about it.
If I don't see your review on this, Jamal, you will never hear the end of it. And if you hate this movie, but you won't hate this movie. At this point, I could almost say it at this point. He won't hate that movie no matter what. He's going to love that movie, even if it's a drawn out, sloppy piece of garbage, which Spike is known to do from time to time. He'll be glazing it. 100% he'll be glazing it.
And it should be all we're talking about.
It should be all we're talking about. What are you, Spike Lee's press secretary? What's going on, my friend? Woo!
How are we watching the greats get sidelined by corporations who only...
Spike Lee hasn't been one of the greatest for a long time, my friend. Again, spotty record at best.
Want to invest when they smell immediate success. Not legacy, not craft, not culture, just money. This isn't new.
Right. It's always been about money. And to fool yourself otherwise, you're ridiculous. Listen, I love the art form just as much as everyone, and I want the art form to, exist and thrive just as much as the next person. But I also realize in order for that to happen, those things need to make money. Art doesn't really happen in a vacuum, or because if it does, it's just something for yourself. That's not something that you're sharing out with the world.
This isn't the first film that's going to come out that in a year from now, when there's scenes of it online, people are going, God, I never heard about this movie. We have to
oh, well, Jamal told me about it, so I guess we're all good now.
shift. We have to wake up. They're not going to do it for us. It has to be us. If we don't, movies like this will just stop being made.
It probably shouldn't have been made in the first place. We have the original movie. Why do we need a remake of it? What we need to be doing, and you're starting to see this, that they are re-releasing films into theaters. Classic films are starting to get re-released into theaters, and it's like someone has been looking at my dream journal. Because this is what I've been saying all along, is if you've got good movies, which we've got over 100 years of really good-ass movies, start re-releasing those into theaters. Make a big deal of it. Make a splash of it. Make us feel like, like America again. Because guess what? America's the one who kind of, kicked all this off and made it what it is today. You guys can say what you will, but we all know the truth. That's why it's called Hollywood.
So yeah, I'm begging people, don't go and watch Fantastic Four. Don't do it. It's not anti-art to say that. That's pro-art. And it looks like everybody agrees because it had an 80% drop-off.
No, that's just called that's just the world that we live in today, my friend. And I'm sorry, what superhero movie truly has legs these days? None of them. So, like, again, you're arguing against a wall. I don't know what it is about him.
Anyway, go and see Highest to Lowest. You've got 19 days to get your affairs in order.
Get your affairs in order. There's a new Spike Lee film, and we'll have none of it if you don't go see it.
Make sure you're ready, because I'm pretty sure it's going to bang.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a piece of garbage. Spike Lee's movie is going to absolutely blow. I am sorry Jamal has taken up this much time. Again, I will not be going back to his TikToks for the most part, I don't think. Because ultimately, I've found out Jamal here is he's a rage baiter, dude. His most recent take, the thing that's got him like flapping all over the internet, is his take that Beyonce is better and more relevant in all of the things, more so than Michael Jackson. And it's like, you're out of your gourd, dude. You don't even know what you're talking about. That is absolutely just pure and utter rage bait that you think Beyonce is anywhere remotely close to what Michael Jackson has been. Somebody in like a comment section just said he had 4 #1 hits at the age of 11. Conversation over. Beyonce's got nothing. Beyonce's got nothing on Michael Jackson at any point, at any time. It's just like, no. Go to any person on the street and say, give me your top 10 Michael Jackson songs. You know what problem they're going to have is whittling it down to 10. Go ask people what their favorite Beyonce songs are. I guarantee you the majority of folks out there will be lucky to get it to 10, and that's with Destiny's Child songs. He's a rage baiter, dude. Even when Torre, MTV's Torre, one of the biggest blowhards on the internet, when I agree with Torre that his take on Michael Jackson is bad, you know it's a horrible day in Disneyland, everybody, because my word, I never agree with Torre. He's an idiot, and even he gets that take right. Sorry, Jamal, you're off the list for now, buddy. We're going on to people that aren't just purposely out here rage baiting MFs for clicks and stuff like that. I'm like Spike in Toy Story right now. I'm dropping you, saying I don't need you anymore. That being said, here's another couple of clips about the new Spike Lee movie, and let's see what other people think. Let's see if it's not just Jamal. Let's see if other people, what their take on this upcoming Spike Lee movie is.
We need to talk about Denzel Washington's new upcoming movie and how the movie studio is making one of the worst marketing decisions I've seen.
First of all, I'll say this. If this is a still from the movie, someone needs to be ashamed, and no one should see this movie. This looks like butthole, dude. Is this a still from the trailer? Yikers.
In a long time. First of all, in case you didn't know, Denzel Washington has a new movie coming out called Highest to Lowest. And if you didn't know that, you're not alone, because they're dropping the trailer with like a week and a half to release. And that's not even the dumb part. It's the 5th team up between the actor and Spike Lee for a Spike Lee joint. It's being produced by A24. Co-stars Jeffrey Wright. And so far, we've only ever gotten a tease, and that was 2 months ago, in which there were no plot details released.
Which has to tell you that it's probably garbage. I know everybody thinks that like, oh, this means something, blah, blah, blah. It means the movie's probably shit, people. If they're ashamed of it and they hide it until the last possible second and then throw it out into theaters for a congratulatory, for what I would actually say, they throw it out into theaters on a contractual thing with Spike Lee. My guess is that they probably wanted just to put this to Apple Plus. And somehow there was something where they finagled where Spike's like, hey, I get to put this in theaters. And we put it in theaters for a short amount of time. So I think that's exactly what happened here, is that the higher-ups know they got a stinker on their hands.
And again, that's not even the dumb part. This right here is the issue. It's in theaters August 15th. But if you wait until September 5th, it's going to be on streaming on Apple TV.
See what I mean? So why on earth? They know it's going to be a stinker. That's why they're not advertising it. Jamal's over here going, oh, this is going to be great. I'm think this is going to be a banger. Doubt it. Companies know. Companies tend to know when things are going to go good or going to go bad. They have a good idea on this, and I think they know this ain't going to happen.
What do you think people are going to do? People are constantly saying how all of the marketing dollars are only being thrown behind these giant tentpole superhero projects, and this right here is a prime example.
We throw a whole bunch of money behind a Spike Lee project that no one will ever watch. So, who are we talking about here? Because guess what? Those superhero movies, they might take a lot of money, but the majority of them tend to get close enough to making that money back. This movie ain't going to do that. You and I both know that right now. Spike Lee's fee alone, much less Denzel Washington and other folks. Come on.
They're just letting you know that the movie's coming and that you should probably wait to watch it on your TV. 95% of the viewing audience is just going to wait.
And why wouldn't they? Because it's probably going to suck. We got another highest and lowest. Let's go.
I woke up not thinking that
Now, this is a crossover that you don't see too often. Movie news and get ready with me makeup videos. I'm here for it, though.
I would get mad over something on Twitter for at least maybe an hour But that was wishful thinking. And then I saw that A24 and Apple released the first trailer of Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest. And I'm not mad that they released the trailer because I have been...
You know, if you did this outside of the makeup thing here, you'd go like, this lady's nuts. Just with the... You take away the makeup brush, this lady's nutso.
So excited for this movie. I love...
Especially because we can't see a mirror or anything else. It's just her. So as far as we're concerned, it's just a... I love it, though.
High to Low. It is the first Criterion movie that I've ever bought. It's the only Kurosawa movie that I've ever seen.
Wow, that's actually not normal for most folks. That's interesting. Most folks will go like a Seven Samurai. That's going to be, I think, your most obvious and stuff. I think a lot of people tend to go towards more of the samurai stuff and get more around to the, the high and low, the things that happen in modern times and stuff much later in their Kurosawa watching adventures and everything. So her going high and low first, very interesting.
I saw Do the Right Thing before I ever saw a Kurosawa film in school. The film comes out in 11 days. In the tweet, it says, only in theaters August 15th. And it is August 4th that they dropped the first full trailer for this movie.
Yep, they don't care.
And I have always had issues with the way that Apple specifically releases their movies.
I don't know. Listen, they did a pretty good job with F1. Made decent enough money. I mean, didn't set the world on fire or anything, but I didn't think they thought it was going to.
Because it almost always is in a blaze of explosive, nightmarish, I wouldn't even call it glory. It is always disastrous. I don't know why tech companies constantly enter the film space.
Oh, she got a Roku stick. I just put it together. She got a Roku stick. She ain't got an Apple TV. So listen, sister, it's okay. They're gonna come out with a new one very, very soon. So you can get on board when the new one comes out. Don't get this one, or maybe get an old model cheaper. I don't know. I don't know what your situation's like. But you got a Roku stick, it sounds like.
Basis because they want money. A24 released a teaser for Highest to Lowest on May 5th of 2025. That was the last time that they did anything for this movie.
I think more people should do that. Just put out a teaser trailer and that's it. If Star Wars puts out a teaser trailer, that's all I need to see. Give me a little hype for it. Then just leave me alone.
And then proceeded to just sit in silence. If you go onto the AMC app right now and you search Highest to Lowest, this is what it says right now. Is that the title is not in theaters yet. It opens in 11 days, and you cannot get tickets yet. I'm back for work, and my frustration about how A24 and Apple refused to do a successful marketing campaign for Highest to Lowest.
Again, if they're doing not doing a campaign, my guess is they're not doing it because there's no reason for them to. Is that they don't believe in it. Why would you put money after something that you already, have a good inkling is not going to be good?
Continues to boggle my mind because you already have Spike Lee and Denzel Washington coming together after 20 years to work on this project together.
Well, I mean, we had Denzel Jr. in BlacKkKlansman, so that was good. But again, like Do the Right Thing, and that last little bit there, Spike screws it up as per usual. Like, it's like, oh, what a great, fantastic movie. Oh, there's your crummy button. Good job, Spike.
Check. You have Spike Lee reimagining Akira Kurosawa in what I think is one of his greatest works. Check.
Didn't you just admit that it's his only work that you've seen?
You have a reimagining of one of these great heist films. Check. You have so many factors.
Guys, did she think High and Low is a heist film? Oh no. Oh no. That's rough, man. That's rough. That kind of invalidates all the other arguments. The second you called High and Low a heist movie. Now, like, I'm gonna give a benefit of a doubt and say maybe you were thinking back to Denzel and Spike Lee in Inside Man, and that's I mean, I guess it's a robbery movie, but High and Low's not a heist movie, sweetheart. High and Low is a kidnap movie. Oh boy.
You have Denzel Washington, you have Jeffrey Wright, you have A$AP Rocky, you
Oh, well, we got A$AP Rocky then. Well, shoot.
have so many cool, great ideas coming together to work in this piece.
How do you know that? We haven't seen a trailer. You said it yourself. What are you talking about? You're just like, you're talking about hopefulness, and that's fine. But don't talk about it as if it's a sure thing. You don't know anything about it. We got all these great ideas. What ideas? You haven't seen a trailer.
You have a film that's coming out in, again, I will reiterate, 11 days, and you have put out one teaser and one trailer that you released online that I have not seen in front of any movie in theaters, and I've seen fantastic.
Well, yeah, they just put it out like this week, so it wouldn't be. Yeah, it wouldn't be there yet.
Fantastic Four, Superman, Naked Gun, and Bad Guys 2. And what are they going to push it in front of now?
AMC.
And A24 is really bad at pushing films for any kind of Oscar award buzz.
Did you see The Favorite? Did you see that movie? That got an Oscar or two. Just saying, Olivia Colman won an Oscar, best supporting actress.
And Apple is a really bad film studio in terms of its marketing. And it is so frustrating that they have one of the most successful black filmmakers in history, and they don't know how to market him.
They don't have Ryan Coogler. Got him.
To audiences. You have the most profound black actors in Denzel Washington, and you do not know how to market him to audiences. Not only are A24 and Apple doing an awful job at not giving audiences the time of day, or anyone the time of day, to know what this project is, when film buffs, when
Maybe
black audiences, when people who love heists, people who love thrillers.
She keeps saying heist. High and Low's not a heist movie. Now, I ain't seen this trailer, so I don't know what Spike Lee might have changed. Spike Lee might have made it instead of a kidnapping movie, it's a heist movie. I don't know. But she keeps talking about High and Low like that's a heist movie. That's not a heist movie. She has it on DVD. She got it. I don't think she's watched it though.
There's so many touchstones of audiences who would love this film.
Are there who? Who? Again, I think if that audience existed, Apple and A24 would be out here marketing to them.
Are going to see it, and then we're going to get a litany of blue checkmark accounts that are just going to say, oh, well, this film bombed. This film dropped X percentage in the first and second weeks because of this. And then it's going to release on Apple TV Plus. And people are going to be like, oh my God, why didn't anyone watch this? Why did no one watch this? And it comes down to marketing, but it also comes down to just a push of why do studios pick and choose what succeeds and what fails. And
listen, I don't think they're choosing what succeeds and what fails. Perhaps they got what they got, and they look back at it and they're like, oof, this isn't going to sell very well. Better kind of can it and put it down. And like, listen, movie companies write off stuff like this all the time. It's a regular practice. I'm not saying it's necessarily a good thing, but it's, the producers is true in a lot of weird ways.
It just is so frustrating to me. And I wish there were answers. There are. We can look at this and see why studios push certain films.
Okay.
I'm still mad. I recorded that first half of the video hours ago, and I've been sitting, seething, angry. I'm still sitting.
And as you know, you can't fight the seether. Huh? Huh? Anybody get that reference? I'm old.
On the DVD. I love film, and sometimes I feel like studios hate film.
Bro.
And we just are suffering the.
All right,
dude, please stop.
It's like. It's like the app just cut her off. They're like, nah, you done, girl. They were just done. The app says, nope, we're finished with this one. Goodbye. POV, you're tired of people disrespecting the cinema. Please stop talking. Well, maybe a man after my own heart. Let's see what we got.
Taking pictures in movie theaters. Stop talking in movie theaters. There's so much shit going on. I go to the movie theater because I want to escape. I want to be there. I want to be present. You paid like $40 for popcorn and you're checking LinkedIn and Studio.
Brother, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I was in seeing Together. I'm pretty sure that's when this was happening. I've seen a lot of movies lately. But like, very engaging movie. Things are going on the entire time. People still just popping out a cell phone, just scrolling through crap, dude. It's like, what is it? What is going on with this world?
What are you guys doing? Retweeting and reposting these people that are taking pictures in the movie theater of the screen. What are you doing? Collectively, can we just stop disrespecting the cinema? If you're going to the movies, please just sit down, enjoy it, and shut the fuck up.
Amen. Amen. Listen, I'm going to say something that a lot of people aren't going to want to hear, but it's the truth. You're going to have to start calling people out. You got to start calling people out for bad behavior. We have to start, kind of raising our fingers and going, listen, this is unacceptable. We live in a society. Now Alex is out here. Stop serving food at theaters. Here's the thing. Sometimes food is good for but it puts things in their mouth and keeps them from speaking. So it's got its good and its bads for sure.
Read movie reviews, please. Please, for the love of God, just read a movie review.
Who's reading a movie review? Chat, raise the hands. Who's reading a movie review? Why do you think we have the podcast we've had for a decade? Because we don't like reading. Well, at least I don't.
Anybody, God, please. I'm not mad at this person. I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. Maybe a little frustrated. But I see this comment all the time. We're in the age of the internet. You can find anything online. Anything, right?
Anything.
I don't know why I see this comment all the time. There's more movie reviews out there than ever, whether they're people who are professionals, amateurs, whatnot. You can read editorials, interviews, watch behind-the-scenes footage, watch video essays. There's so many people breaking down movies constantly, and I get comments like this. Go out there and look for those takes. Go out there and just figure things out. You need to be curious. Challenge your perspectives. Go out of your bubble. Just get out of your echo chamber, right? I see so many people online, whether it's a casual film viewer or even some of the best people on here, who are so trapped inside their bubble that they don't know what to do. They just find themselves just perplexed. Why did this person like this movie? Why did this person like this movie? It's a well-received movie. Go do the digging. Dig, please. I saw The Godfather when I was 10 years old. Completely changed my life. You can argue if that's a good idea or not. But immediately after, I was like, who's Robert De Niro? Who's Al Pacino?
You see, I hate doing this because, man, my boy here was cooking. He was cooking real good. But Robert De Niro was not in The Godfather. He's in The Godfather, too. If you saw The Godfather 2, say you saw The Godfather 2.
Who's Francis Ford Coppola? Why is the 1995 movie Heat a big deal? And I was like, oh my God, and a whole world opened for me, right? And this is different.
Hold on, what did he just say? It's too much of a pain to record.
Curious. Challenge your perspectives. Get out of that echo chamber, please, for the love of God.
So what he's basically trying to say there is subscribe to Half-Ass Movie Podcast. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when we're talking crap about other people on the internet.
Always ask a man on a first date who his celebrity crush is, and I can help you analyze his answer.
She is back. One of my favorites right here. Always giving the best advice. Let's see what we got.
Is based on 40 years of researching the men. And the facts are the facts. If he says Sigourney Weaver, that's amazing. He likes frozen lasagna and the smell of unwashed women's armpits. If he says,
listen, I enjoy Sigourney Weaver, not to that degree, though. We'll say.
Claire Danes, he knows how to play Wonderwall.
I do know how to play Wonderwall. Let me tell you, Claire Danes, not a fan. We saw this movie in high school called Broken Down Palace for a movie review show that we called The Real Review, REEL. That was in 1999. This movie called Broken Down Palace comes out where it's Claire Danes and she's stuck in like a like is it a Taiwanese prison camp? It's some sort of prison camp, some sort of where they're always in Thailand, aren't they? So yeah, she's in some sort of thing. And when her dad was like, they line everybody up in this like big kind of walkway and everything that's got this chicken wire on it and stuff. And there's another walkway that's kind of got like a moat between the two of them. They're kind of walking parallel, and they scream to each other, and that's kind of like their visitation and stuff. And the family's screaming back and forth at each other, and I'm like, I don't believe any of these people whatsoever. Claire Danes cannot act her way out of a paper bag. I haven't seen it.
He says Bryce Dallas Howard, he loves the idea of nature and lyrical cinema, but he only goes outside to check the mail. If he says Jenny Slate, he will follow the music from an ice cream truck for as long as it takes to find it. If he says Ariana Grande, don't leave him alone with your niece. If he says Olivia Rodrigo, him neither. If he says Anne Hathaway, he's corny in a good way. He's grocery store carnations.
Hey, look at that.
He's a heart-shaped pendant on Valentine's Day, but don't lie to him even one time, because if you do, it's over.
Let me tell you something. This girl she never misses. She never misses.
He says Sydney Sweeney, he will do very nice things for you with a growing sense of resentment about his perceived lack of reciprocity on your part, so that by the time it reaches its inevitable end, he will hate your guts. If he says Aubrey Plaza, he knows to fear us and he craves our approval and our disdain.
All right, listen, why you gotta, again, she don't miss.
In equal measure, he doesn't believe the moon landing was faked, but if he found out it was, he would not be surprised. If he says Jennifer Love Hewitt, he smells bad, but he will step up his hygiene for access to sex. If he says Jessica Alba, he smells good, he likes to snuggle, and he will be stunned into silence the first time you're a total bitch to him. If he says Florence Pugh, he feels like a weird little boy that no one understands on the inside. If he says Helena Bonham Carter, be gentle with him. It's taken him years to find the right SSRI. Hope this was helpful.
As always, helpful. Holy cow, she really kills it over there.
Hi, I'm Pamela Anderson.
And I'm Liam Neeson.
This is not a real microphone.
She's just like, I've destroyed your entire world. This is bullcrap.
And this is our 4 funny favorites.
Movies.
Yeah. One of my favorite comedies is The Jerk. Steve Martin and Bernadette Peters.
Terrific.
That's a good one.
He hates these cans! Stay away from the cans!
Peter Sellers' Pink Panther movies.
Those are good.
Good.
Those are good.
We must find that woman.
Anything with Lily Tomlin in it.
Yeah, she's great.
9 to 5.
Listen, I don't know. Lily Tomlin's an acquired taste, I think. She's like drinking olive juice, you know? I mean, some of you guys really dig it, but
I'm a doctor, so why the hell am I talking to you? Piss
she's always reminds me of like my aunt, you know?
off.
Mrs. Doubtfire springs to mind. And the outtakes were extraordinary too. And they are part of the movie too, actually, the credits. I once shared a taxi with Robin and a few other actors, and he started rapping on some politician. And I remember thinking, this is maybe what Shakespeare would have been like. Just this incredible stuff just pouring out of his brain and his mouth.
This is what Shakespeare would have been like if Shakespeare would have had access to cocaine.
You know, he was a genius.
What is the furthest you've ever gone to prove a point?
Sitting my friends down to explain to them that Jean de Bont's Twister is actually a heist film.
Go on.
Were unwilling participants in this masterclass of cinema that I was giving. But by the end, they all came out understanding that Ocean's 11 and Twister are actually of the same vein. In Twister, you have a ragtag team of people that want to get something. In this case, it is one of the most fortified pieces of things in the world. It's actually the data from inside a tornado. The tornado is the bank.
Okay. Following so far, like it.
Money is the information inside the tornado that would lead to increasing the... See, this guy gets it.
It's like, listen, you don't need to go any further. That's basically it. Yeah, like in a weird, Maybe not heist. Maybe like a treasure finding movie or something like that. Something like you're close. You're close, but I don't know that we can go so far as to call it a heist, because while technically that information would lead to money, you're not, I don't know.
Chuck Norris is more of a legit fighter than Bruce Lee.
Brandon Schaub says Bruce Lee wasn't a real fighter. Now, I agree with this statement. Let's see what the boys got here.
He had fights. He had fights. Black belt in jiu-jitsu.
You know what annoys me about this conversation is
we got one of the three ninjas has entered the chat.
that, like, there's just as much evidence for Chuck Norris being a legitimate fighter as Bruce Lee.
Oh, okay, here we go.
The source of trust me, bro.
And this isn't a dig at
Yup, exactly. The sources trust me. I know everything about this.
Chuck Norris at all. Like, I have a black belt in Tong Sudo.
Gesundheit.
I performed Chisao at his 50th birthday celebration.
Now, brother, that should be what your entire post is about. Tell us about that.
Go on YouTube right now and look for footage of Chuck Norris's early fights in like the mid to late 60s. You're not going to find them. And you know why? It's not because they necessarily don't exist. It's because the personal camcorder was invented in 1983.
It took me about 24 seconds to find Chuck Norris fighting Joe Louis in a sold-out Madison Square Garden with a full camera crew recording it.
Yeah, but Homie X, like we didn't have, like 16 millimeter cameras, 8 millimeter cameras, Super 8 cameras. Cameras existed. Portable ones that you could bring around. What? Come on now.
All we have from both of these people are eyewitness accounts and like maybe news stories, because that's all we had back then. Look, I get that Brendan Schaub is a more accomplished mixed martial artist than I am, but I've been doing martial arts since like 1985.
That's very impressive. I wasn't even born yet.
I was 3, and he probably started when he was 3 or 4 maybe. So again, when you're practicing karate at that sort of young age, what are you really doing? You're learning to sit still.
I didn't just choose martial arts because my
martial arts chose me, damn it.
Football career didn't pan out.
Now that is the dickhead comment that made me make this video. What have you done? You were Tum Tum in the Three Ninjas 40 years ago? Congratulations, brother. He made it to the NFL. Do you know how hard that is?
He just burned the shit out of him, dude. Wow. He dropped a meal. Who was you, Tum Tum? Damn, son. Man.
It is next to impossible. And after his NFL career, short as it may have been, he made it to the UFC, the pinnacle of martial arts existence. That's him. You were a fat kid in a movie 40 years ago.
I just don't understand why you have such high standards for Bruce Lee.
Because Bruce Lee was a liar. He refused to fight people. That was the problem.
That you don't apply to somebody like Chuck Norris, when being a karate champion in the 1970s means you beat like 2 to 3 guys in a high school gymnasium at a point karate competition.
65-5 was his record. He fought in Madison Square Garden.
Look, we know Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris were
in Madison. It's like, yeah, he's in a high school gym. Try Madison Square Garden.
Some of the greatest, most influential martial artists of their time, in the same way that we know that Galileo and Isaac Newton.
Oh my God, bro. Is Bruce Lee's ghost coming and service you in the evening, man? The Glaze, brother. My word.
Were some of the greatest scientists of their time. And the phrase "of their time" is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence, because what it meant to be the best then is very different than what it means to be the best now.
What the hell Newton and Galileo do to you?
In the same way that like an 18-year-old freshman at Harvard probably knows more about physics than Isaac Newton did.
Because they read the books Newton and Galileo wrote.
But I digress. All I'm saying is that there's just as much evidence of Chuck Norris's pre-movie career accomplishments as there is for Bruce Lee.
Nah, there's more so.
No, there isn't.
Yet you choose to believe Chuck Norris's stories more than you choose to believe Bruce Lee's stories, because
if Bruce would have lived and Chuck would have died, you probably would have, had some sort of weird reverence and stuff for Chuck. So like, I get it. Like when Brandon Lee died, everybody was just like, oh, one of the greatest of all times. He's just Bruce Lee's son, guys. He he was okay, but like he wasn't the guy that was setting it on fire. Come on now.
Chuck Norris.
You just like to mythologize him because he was with Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee died before his time and everything. So yeah, I get it, but it doesn't make it so.
Norris didn't die in 1974 or whatever.
Well, Chuck Norris is more of a fighter than Bruce Lee was because he has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Well, yeah, also Chuck Norris didn't die of a brain aneurysm. So, there's that too.
Chuck Norris won the professional middleweight karate championship 6 consecutive times from 1968 to 1974. He also won the All-American Karate Championship in 1967, 68, and 69. He earned the Triple Crown for most tournament wins. His competitive karate record was 65-5 with wins over notable fighters like Joe Louis, Skipper Mullins,
I kicked Joe Louis's ass,
and Luis Delgado. He was named Fighter of the Year by Black Belt Magazine in 1969. Norris retired from competition in 1974 as the undefeated professional full-contact middleweight champion. Norris was voted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame and received Instructor of the Year in 19...
Man, even TikTok was like, we can't even take this much more information. We got to go, baby. Dude, that's pretty sad, man. I'm sorry, but yeah, Chuck over Bruce Lee. Sorry, Bruce Lee fans. It do what it do.
I asked about how they.
Oh, look, it's dollar store moist critical. Movie theaters are not always in 4K. This is indeed true, everybody. The good majority of screens that you're going to be out there seeing right now are at best 2K. And depending on how old your theaters are, they might be even, better, worse than that. But the majority of theaters out there are still running in 2K, save for like a lot of your larger theaters and stuff like that. Most of it comes down to like cost cutting and things like that. Obviously, if you've got like a 60-seat theater and everything, they don't want to pay the extra money for, a laser projector or something like that that's in 4K and all this other bull crap that ultimately is not going to translate to too much on the screen and everything. So that's ultimately why they don't have those. I don't like it. I wish everybody was, laser projector, HDR, Dolby Vision in every single theater, because frankly, I believe that's what, the movie theater customer deserves at this point in the movie going experience, if you want to continue to keep our dollars in there. But that's just me. Let's see what he's got.
Upscale movies, not just the pixelization, but how they fit a
They don't even upscale, my friend. They don't even do that. So the majority of them are like, they get several different file types within there, and then you designate those files to the particular projectors. It essentially goes to a server, and then from that server you go, okay, you need to go to this one, you need to go to this one, you need to go to this one, and you can order them all together like that. So yeah, I mean that's basically how it works. But they're not doing a lot of upscaling and stuff. They usually tend to come in the couple of resolutions that you normally can do at the 2K and the 4K.
5:4 thing into a 16:9. Are you under the impression that back in the 90s, movie theaters were playing at 4K? Or are you saying that they took the actual film reel from the movie theater? Maybe I'm stupid here.
I think you're stupid, man, because in the 90s, nothing was digital. It was all film. What? I think Dollar Store Moist Critical is off his rocker here.
Maybe I'm stupid. You're talking to me like I'm stupid, so maybe I'm stupid, but I need more explanation than that.
Yeah, I think you're dumb, dog.
There was a long period of movies being released in movie theaters and then not being in 4K when they came out on VHS.
My brother in Christ, do you think that we've been playing movies in 4K since the dawn of cinema? Is that what we're talking about here? Oh, Lord have mercy.
What are you talking about?
Brother, what are you talking about? I don't watch all these. You can clearly tell I'm not lying when I say that.
You give me the Las Vegas Sphere for 24 hours, here's what I'm throwing on the tube.
All right, first of all, as someone who has been to the Las Vegas Sphere, let me tell you something. It's an amazing experience. If you are in Las Vegas and have the opportunity, I suggest 100% you go to the Sphere. It is amazing. It's very, very cool. Looking at it from the outside, very cool. The inside is unbelievable. The technology they've got going on is spectacular. And it is quite the experience to see. It really is. That being said, what this guy wants to do of just going, hey, I want to go and put my movie on the Sphere. I'm here to tell you right now, boys and girls, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Movies are meant to be seen in the aspect ratios with which they are shot. And things that you're doing when you're in either, a giant sphere like this or in like an IMAX dome or other things like that. Guess what? We're talking big time distortion on everything. I saw Transformers 2 in an IMAX dome. Talk about one of the worst experiences ever. Now, when it went to the full dome for the IMAX and stuff, it was pretty neat. But at the same time, too, everything was, stretched and weird and oblong. And then, when you got up to heads, things got really pointy. If somebody looked to the side, their nose would just be stretching across the screen. It really doesn't work well. So, these are nice ideas and stuff, but I think you'd be probably much more enjoyed, like you would enjoy this much more like a traditional IMAX screen. But let's see what he's got.
Everything everywhere all at once. My brain would be a cosmic smoothie by the end of it.
Now, if we went through and they've done like we've seen in a couple of these other things where they'll have here's the movie within this frame, and then we're doing stuff outside of the frame that kind of, in like the case of Everything Everywhere All at Once, is that, that's kind of getting into wild psychedelic stuff while whatever's normally on the screen is there. I'm fine with stuff like that. That's absolutely acceptable. But, just saying hey, we're going to wrap around the whole screen. Don't do that.
Just try to imagine a 100-foot tall googly eye. I would leave fluent in Mandarin. The Revenant.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Is this going to be one of these type videos where he's talking like this? Or it's just and that's that. Hi, Regal. You need to hire me for one of the pre-show entertainments. I do a great job.
And I want the full experience, too. I want
a bear raping me.
Freezing in there. Maybe a snow machine going. Essentially just
I hate this guy's guts already.
Snow globe for the evening. And then Leo shows up at the end and we give him an Oscar for it all over again.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe to me for the love of God. How anyone can do stuff like this and have a far bigger reach than me is infuriating. For the love of God. Just, oh my word.
Revenge of the Sith. For the opening scene alone, this deserves to be here. And I really think this could be the time that Anakin doesn't turn, you guys. We just need to watch it big, like Death Star big.
Shut up.
Big. That's been the problem. Barry Lyndon. Space battles, give me 18th century Britain on that bad boy. Oppenheimer.
I hate him.
And I want to be sitting front row, too. And then I'm going to sue the Sphere for making me go legally blind. Interstellar. Driving the whip through that cornfield set to Hans Zimmer. World peace. Spider-Man and...
I hate his guts with all of my heart. It is just whatever's bullcrap style this is, his dumb little interjections, it makes me want to jump off a roof.
Into the Spider-Verse. The leap of faith scene where Miles jumps off that building set to Lil Wayne's What's Up Danger. That's the good stuff.
It made me feel like a real African American, guys.
Avatar. By the time the film enters its 4th hour, you'd probably be able to convince me to sign up for the Na'vi military. RRR. Look, if you know, you know. Paris, Texas. You thought
What? All over the map.
I was just going to make a bunch of flashy pics and leave Paris, Texas off this? No.
No.
Bigger screen, bigger crowd, decreases the chance that anyone catches me crying. All right, now you got the Sphere remote. What are you throwing on?
I'm turning it off, and I'm not inviting you to the party. Sorry.
I let a friend convince me to watch The Naked Gun, and I said convince me because based on the trailer, I had zero interest in watching the...
Then you're a loser, dude. The first trailer was good. I didn't see the second trailer, so I can't speak on it, but you had to be convinced? What a baby.
This movie. I could just tell that it wasn't my kind of movie, and I really didn't plan on making a review for it.
I didn't want to see no laughter. Ugh.
Because I feel like it wasn't fair to review a movie that isn't made for me. Like, there are some movies that I go into a little skeptical about, but I have some interest in it, but this was one that I had no interest in. But I was completely wrong. I ended up liking this movie way more than I thought I would. It is ridiculous and super over the top, and you are hit with joke after joke after joke, and some of the jokes are misses, but there was enough hits that the constant joke format worked really well in my opinion. The people in my theater and myself were laughing throughout the entire movie. Liam Neeson was just outstanding.
He sounds like somebody's like hold him hostage and just go like, you review this movie. Review it.
And I just loved how serious he looked while doing and saying the most ridiculous things you could think of. One thing about me is I love MMA, and there was a scene where they go to a fight from a promotion called WWFC, and I thought that was hilarious. But they had cameos from Michael Bisping, John Anik, Bruce Buffer, Kamaru Usman, and Justin Gaethje, so that was really cool.
I like how this dude kind of tells us who he is. He's just like, listen, man, all that fight stuff was great. The rest of the stuff, nah, it's all right.
Cool for me. I love the movie soundtrack. All in all, it was just a really fun movie. My only complaint is I wish there was a little more to the story. I feel like it was rushed and wrapped up a little too easily, but then again, you don't go into a Naked Gun movie for its story. Ultimately, the movie accomplished what it was trying to do, which was make me laugh, and it certainly did make me laugh. When you watch a movie from the 80s and 90s, it just has a certain vibe or feel to it. I don't really know how to explain what that is, but this movie has that in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I really did enjoy this movie. It really surprised me. If you saw it, let me know what you thought.
See, even a wild ass hater like that certainly enjoyed that movie, man. So that's what I'm saying. It can, you know, we're gonna get Sweet Shanzi back on this and get him to rewatch that movie at some point. I think he was in a mood.
We need to draw the line at eating hot dogs in a movie theater. I'm not saying
Chat hot dog thoughts. Hot dog in a movie theater thoughts. Let me know.
stop eating them. I love the glizzy.
Also, let me know your stance on glizzy. I don't like the term. I think it doesn't need to exist. I think anyone who says the word glizzy needs to be put in alligator Alcatraz. It's a bit of a, you know, a bit of a punishment, but sometimes I'm willing to, you know, let an example be made of people.
July, like baseball games, like I love them. But for the love of God, you need to stop eating them in the theater. For Superman,
Who is like, yeah, if you're eating, you know, listen, I won't begrudge an occasional movie hot dog. It's not me. I feel like that's paying way too much for, you know, certainly not enough. I'm like, I can buy an entire pack of hot dogs for the price of one hot dog at a movie theater. So that seems silly. I'm not completely against them existing, but for the most part, people shouldn't have them.
dude ate two in front of me, and when the steam happened, when it steams, and it's so gross. Please, I think about it and it makes me gag. Like, just, they have to be at an open air facility. You cannot eat them inside. Like, you guys, like, stop. We have to draw the line. Like, this has pushed me to my brain.
Dogs inside. You heard the lady.
Can you guess these popular films based on their Polish movie posters?
Okay. All right. I think I'm pretty good at stuff like this. Porky's Made Me a Man.
Let's see how well you do. We're going to start off very easy with this one.
That's Shining, right? Yeah.
I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get it. And it is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. All right, number 2. This
This I'm gonna say Moulin Rouge.
one. Again, starting off pretty easy. And it is the Best Picture winner, Amadeus.
I was completely wrong. Amadeus.
And last up for the easy ones. Oh, I love this one. This one is super striking, and I think it is Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Cool. So
I thought he was going to pull a fast one on us and be like, and Terms of Endearment.
So those are pretty easy. Let's go up to a medium difficulty now. I'll start you off with this one.
I'm going to say that is the Polish poster for Rosemary's Baby.
What could this be? Big hand and smaller demonic hand? If you guessed Rosemary's Baby, you are right. And how about this one?
Ocean's 11, Inception. I don't know.
Very comic booky. There's some details to help you out there.
I mean, I don't know.
Yep, it is Quentin Tarantino's Pulp
Okay, there we go. It seems more obvious now.
Fiction. All right, so now I'm going to give you 5 difficult ones, starting with this one.
That's Drive.
Not a lot to go off of here. Just a car and a guy in it, and it's yellow. It is Back to the Future.
Oh, the iconic lines of the DeLorean. Look at him.
And how about this one?
It's like a weird Dr. Manhattan looking thing. I don't know. The Invisible Man? What, like, because, I mean, the last one wasn't even close to Back to the Future, so who knows what this is?
This is one of my favorites, actually. It's really freaky. But it is Ridley Scott's Alien. Get it?
What?
Because of the chest buster. You got it. Okay, how about this one?
The hell is this? Is that Eraserhead? I don't know.
Ooh, very dystopian. It's a little creepy.
Dark City?
But it is another Ridley Scott film, Blade Runner. All right.
Oh, yeah, you saw that in Blade Runner all the time.
Second to last one is here. There's not a whole lot.
Oh, that's a Primus cover.
Of clues. Maybe that red thing.
Okay, well, a lot of we'll call them questionable looking things.
Oh, it's a whip and it's from Raiders of the Lost Ark. All right, this is the hardest one. Last one. Boom. Here we go.
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, not a whole lot to go off of from this one, but if you get it, I'll be very impressed.
No, come on.
And it is the 1959 Billy Wilder film Some Like It Hot.
What? That's ridiculous.
So that's it. I'd love to know your scores and comment them down below.
I got like a 4. Went to the movies with my bestie. Didn't know we were getting separate apartments.
Are we even at the movies together? Do you want some fries? Awkward?
Hey, listen, I don't know. That might not be the worst thing in the world, you know, having a big old separator and get people out of your space and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe.
Here is my top 5 most anticipated films for the rest of 2025.
All right, listen, we're a little over halfway through the year here and everything. It's I think it's been a decent year overall. Maybe not a stellar year by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly not an out and out stinker. Let's see what her favorites are for the upcoming year.
Good. Hello, everybody. Being a cinephile in the year 2025 has been such a gift. We have been eating lately with film, and I am very excited to share with you guys my top 5 most anticipated for the rest of the year. These are not in any particular order. I am treating them all equally. I am excited for them all equally.
They are all my children, and I love them equally. Do not make me choose.
So without further ado, here they are. First, we have Weapons, which comes out.
I don't know nothing about weapons. And I don't want to know. I'm going to play this out and you might hear it, but I'm turning it down on my mic so I don't hear what she's saying. So and I'm not looking at it. So
out so soon. I am so tremendously ecstatic about this.
All right, that looks like it's going.
Comes out August 8th, and it is a horror film. Weapons is about this strange case of children just getting up in the middle of the night randomly and running out of their house. There's CCTV footage. The trailer for this film is terrifying. It is from the director of Barbarian, and Barbarian is one of my all-time favorite horror films. So I am very jazzed about this.
Another poster.
I also have had some friends who have already seen it, and they say
I don't want to know about not your friends, damn it.
film, and that it's excellent. Next, we have
Okay.
Keeper, which is Osgood Perkins' newest film.
All right, Osgood Perkins got a new film out. I did not care for Long Legs. I thought The Monkey was decent. I'm curious to see what he does next.
This comes out on November 14th. Is about a husband and a wife who travel to a remote cabin together to just kind of get away, and the husband ends up leaving back into the city to take care of something, I guess, and the wife is left alone, secluded, and isolated in this cabin with an evil. I really love Osgood Perkins. I am a huge fan of Longlegs, so I am very
hated it.
Very jazzed about this, and I will be sat on November 14th for this. Next up is Black Phone 2 that comes out.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Black Phone 2, I wasn't very blown away by the first Black Phone movie. It did make me think like, oh boy, can't wait to see what, that character's up to again. I just didn't care.
Out on October 17th, so
it's no Sinister.
It is perfectly in time for spooky season. I am shockingly excited about this because if you know me, you know that I am not a super big fan of like sequels and franchises. I just think they are usually way overdone and just like overkill, and this I am actually very excited for. If you have not seen The Black Phone, please go watch it, but basically it is about Finney and him going through his traumas and anxieties post captivity from the grabber when his sister starts having her like psychic dreams again about the Black Phone and the grabber at a like winter camp. So this setting I am very excited for. I think winter horror is really fun and very underrated in my personal opinion. So I am very excited for this sequel, and this is one of those films that I feel like it is actually necessary to give us a sequel and maybe answer some questions for us about the grabber. Number 4 is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Can I be honest with you? I am not excited for this. I don't know why we continue to try to remake Frankenstein in other ways. It's done, people. It's kind of done. It's been done to death at this point, and like, it's not going to get much better than what we've gotten in the past. Do you really think that you're going to up it? Do you really think you're going to do better? Do you really think you have something extra and special and new to say about Frankenstein that we've never seen before? I don't know.
I am so excited for. I am a dark vibe girly. I loved Nosferatu, and I feel like Frankenstein is going to give that same vibe. It has Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, whom I am a giant fan of.
Jacob, oh lordy.
Anything that she is in, I will 100% be sat down and locked in to watch. Frankenstein comes out in November. They haven't released a specific date, but it is hitting Netflix. So I am very excited.
So it's going to be quality product. Netflix. Because why put it in a theater, right?
To be able to watch it at home. I do feel like it would be fun to see in a theater. Last but certainly not least is actually not a horror film. It is Wicked for Good. This comes out November 21st. To my very bones and core, I am a theater kid. So when Wicked came out late last year, I was so extremely excited. I know I'm going to be in absolute shambles and a mess after I see it, but I am very excited about this.
I'm a big musical fan, but you know what? No want to see Wicked in any way. Don't care. It doesn't register for me. I've heard a couple songs, fine, but like not a bit of me wants to see those movies.
Let me know in the comments what you guys are excited to see for the rest of 2025. I'm very curious if I am missing some. And if you've seen any of the films that I've mentioned, please let me know what you thought of it in the comments.
What in the wacky world of ChatGPT? What is?
Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen this War of the Worlds? I started to watch this movie, and I don't do this normally, because normally I would watch something all the way through to kind of see it through and get to it. I stopped, dude. I stopped 10 minutes in. I'm like, oh my God, this is a seat movie. We're just sitting in a seat the entire time. Oh my God, this is bad.
What is this? Ice Jamarius Cuberton. What? What is this? First of all, I'm not even 40 minutes.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. This is what he does in all of his movies now. This is every single serious Ice Cube performance. Yeah. Just look like somebody farted and you smelled it and you're really mad, but you don't want to say nothing. But you'll keep it inside and you're like, man, I'm mad they farted.
I'm not even 40 minutes in this movie. I had to get on Google to make sure this was not a comedy.
Yeah. Because you like Ice Cube's readings are so bad where it's just like, you want to talk about, like, granted, he's on the phone in the movie, but man, talk about phoning it in. Yikes.
Like, imagine being cybersecurity while the world is under attack and everybody is calling you, but you're doing what a traditional black parent would do and call your kids 50,000.
So far.
Dave, you see this? Dave, listen to me. Get out of there, now.
Like, baby, you are better off at this point sitting on the porch with Smokey. I see why they fired you, because you don't even be working at work. Like, I think y'all reimagined a little bit too much. I'm only 40 minutes in, so let me get back on prom and finish this movie, and I will be back.
Poor girl. I couldn't do it, man. I quit. And I don't quit movies.
To see Sunset Boulevard for the first time. And while I don't know how I'm going to feel about the...
Oh, sometimes it hits like that, doesn't it, buddy? Sometimes it hits like that. I am excited that we are bringing movies back out into theaters and stuff like that. And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to say it more as things go on. I think it is this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, because this weekend's what, August 8th, right? Let me pull up the old calendar. Yeah. So I'm fairly certain that they're re-releasing Jaws in theaters for the 50th anniversary. And let me tell you something. If you have not seen Jaws on the big screen, for the love of everything holy, go see Jaws on the big screen. It will absolutely change the way you see that movie. It is a different movie on the big screen. It hits different with a room full of people. Just believe me on this one, dog. Believe me.
Hey, buddy.
Have you guys heard about this? Have you heard about this? Apparently, comedian Matt Rife and some other joker bought Ed and Lorraine Warren's estate, including all the stuff in the creepy museum, including the Annabelle doll that you see right here. Lord help us.
What are you doing? Hey.
By the way, I don't know if you know this, but like this, like the Annabelle doll and a couple of other things fairly recently have been going out on tour, right? They put them together. I don't know why, whatever, but they go on tour together and they go around and they show them off to people. And one of the dudes that was handling the Annabelle doll died. Youngish kind of dude and stuff like that. Wasn't 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in the banana peel. Young enough kind of dude. Messed around with the Annabelle doll, or at least transported or something. He gone. I know people that are like have like no religious beliefs at all, but even them, they would look at something like this and be like, listen, bro, maybe you don't want to test the waters with this. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, come over here. Why? Come over here. What are you doing? Come over here. I think we're good. Did you stuff her in there? Come over here. Come on, think. Come on. Good. Come on, come over here. Come over here. Why are you go closer? Come on. Come on. Come on. Why are you getting closer? Come on. Come on.
Unless this is fake. Now, is this fake? I'm starting to think this is fake.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. So, it says positively do not open. Come on. Oh, it's funny you pointed that out. Does that look like the right size to you? What do you mean? Right size what? What? But you never seen what the real one looks like. It's like that.
Yeah, because like that's what I was thinking. I'm like, this thing's awful big to be, and like it doesn't look like that computes.
Yeah, doesn't it? No. This is close. I know it's a wait, so it's not? It's a replica. Oh, it's not. Dude. But what? But wait, what? Is it the real one? But no. But Queen Mary, remember, I was like, don't touch anything. The room it's not closed yet. Well, they went in there after we left. for an hour and a half. And they took all of the negative energy that they felt they pulled into.
Oh my God. When motherfuckers start talking about like they pulled all the negative energy, pull this negative energy. This is so stupid. Like, listen, I mean, I'm somebody that thinks that there's something at the great beyond and everything, but not this shit.
B340 from the Queen Mary. And I had this ordered months ago. And this was at the Queen Mary.
What? You're lying.
This
That
was
was
at the Queen
not
Mary.
at the Queen
Are
Mary.
you serious? So when you all left, I brought this in, and I asked them to do me a favor.
Shut up.
I was like, with all the abilities that you have, can you take all of the negative energy that you trapped in B340?
Oh God! Like, all right. So this is stupid at this point, where they're just like, "Hey man, can you curse this for me? I'm gonna bring you back to my friends, and it's gonna curse our lives. Wouldn't that be great? That'd be great if we just be like, "Hey man, what you need is you need to curse it, right? Put a little curse on us, and let's go out there and like, let's just see who survives, right?"
Dude.
And put it.
Why would you
So-
do So you made your own haunted doll?
Yeah.
Why did he also like talk about it like as if it was the One Ring? We asked them to put all of their hate and malice into it, and one Annabelle forged.
Fox. Of all the cool dolls you could have bought as an adult man. Barbie.
Listen, I think this is a sketch at this point. This is bad.
Barbie.
This is the best one.
I wouldn't have
You
put-
could have got.
No, I don't
You
know.
could have got like Woody or Buzz.
Yeah.
Some witches
Yes.
trapped a bunch of negative energy.
All.
And
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
all the negative energy in that doll.
Of the most haunted ship and most haunted hotel in one of the most haunted hotel rooms in the world
Yeah.
into said box.
What do you think? If somebody just said, "Hey, we gave a big old giant ooga booga to this Raggedy Ann doll," I think I'd sleep just fine. I think I'd sleep just fine. Like, hey, we asked some crazy broad who runs a fortune telling station out by the pier. We asked her to curse this with all of her might and everything, and so she did, and it's gonna kill us tonight. I hope you don't mind.
Get to the box.
And you're
He
gonna
bought a replica of the real Annabelle, but he didn't stop there. Without telling the others, he arranged a possession
Motherfucker, are you about to tell me what we just watched in this video? I'm gonna shoot you, dude.
ritual. The doll was taken to the Queen Mary, one of the most haunted
Oh my
places in the world.
God.
There, a mysterious figure.
Fuck you. I'm not going through all that again. Oh, she's back. Let's get through this shit. Holy moly, dude. This is nuts. I'm not watching this again. It's like, by the way, she did all this
replica.
shit. God damn.
Always ask.
She's back, everybody. Do I have a little crush? Maybe. You never know, but let's see what she's got on tap for us.
A man on a first date who his celebrity crushes, and I can help you analyze what it means. This is based on
Right.
40 years of researching the men, and the data never lies. If he says
Pretty good.
Marissa Tomei, he's a king, but he's prone to gluttony, speeding tickets, and self-sabotage. If he's
Well. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. She don't miss. She don't miss. She got me dead to rights, lady, every single time. I don't know what it is. She's got her finger on the pulse, man. I'll tell you that much.
says Kelly Rowland, he'll make you watch the sports balls, but he'll do the dishes after you cook. If he says Jennifer Aniston, the hottest thing you can put on for him is a baseball cap with your ponytail sticking out the hole in the back of it. If he says Taylor Swift, he's alpha. If he says Dua Lipa, he's beta. Not a bad thing. If he says Billie Eilish, he's sigma. If he says Nicole Kidman, what he needs from you are bursts of passion and long sustained periods of profound emotional neglect. If he says Rihanna, it recently dawned on him that material success might not equal durable happiness, and he has no idea what to do with that information. If he says Emma Watson, his love for you will have the intensity of a schoolboy crush. He might still sneak sniffs of your underwear even after several years together. If he says Anna Kendrick, he doesn't mind when you shine a little brighter than him, and he's one of the rare men who can actually pull off a graphic t-shirt. If he says Jennifer Connelly, he's a catch. So stick a GPS tracker on the bottom of his car and don't fuck it up.
Yeah, man. Listen. She ain't wrong. Jennifer Connelly, top tier. Marissa Tomei, top tier. She don't miss.
Hope this was helpful.
As always.
I noticed something when I watched Barbarian this week.
I liked Barbarian. Anybody else? I thought it was good. I thought Barbarian was good. What was the other one that came out that was kind of like that? The first Smile movie. Again, there was a couple ones out at that time where it was just like, oh, these guys got no reason to be this good. I never saw Malignant. I heard that one wasn't good, though.
It made me realize just how horrible Justin Long's character is, and I already knew he was horrible. Now, it's well established in the film that this guy S.A.'d a woman, among many other terrible things.
Hey, what's up,
his
hey?
real estate practices. This guy only cares about making money, so he's not paying attention to the actual practices of renting his house out. He is the reason that they rent out the house to two people at the same time, which is the whole reason that A, Keith's life ends, and B, the only reason that Tess goes down in there again after escaping is to go and help Keith. So Justin Long's character is not only horrible because how he treats women, he is horrible because he is negligent in order to make as much money as possible, not caring about what happens to the people and to the communities that he is making money in. And in that way, Barbarian is a horror film about the real estate industry, about the dangers of private property and the inherently terrible power dynamic between owners and renters. And
this guy's pissed off that he pays rent. Am I right or am I right or am I right? Or am I right?
This point is really driven home by everybody else being terrified about what they discover in the house and these hidden passageways, and the fact that Justin Long's character is delighted by all.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, I can open up another room to rent. He's like a little spit and polish in here. It'll be just fine.
All that extra space that he can now make money off of, implying that something is only really horrible and terrifying if you cannot profit off of.
Listen, man, have you had a dirty room in your house? You can't have anybody in your dirty room and stuff. All right. It's a little read.
Galactus sucked.
Oh, boy. Rob Liefeld has some thoughts. Who's surprised? Who's surprised? Let's hear what old Rob's got to say.
I herald your lies. I'm Reed Richards. I can stretch 15 feet. Ah!
Rob, how old are you at this point, my man? Mid-50s at least. You 60 yet? Are you 60 yet, Rob? It's been a while, man. I remember you came in the game a young buck, so maybe you're not. I'm thinking mid-50s. I'm mid-40s. You got to be at least mid-50s. What is this, dude? This what is this? Click click boom or something in the background, and you just screaming like it's mixed. Who did this for you, man? And why?
In the comic that stretched 100 feet, but I herald your bullshit.
Listen, you can't be talking mad shit with readers on, homie. It just don't work.
Kaiju looked better. The kaiju in Superman looked better. They should have stopped motion this badass. Why did they use that guy's face?
Rob Liefeld's like what James Hetfield would be like, I would imagine, if he made comic books.
I'm so Galactus.
Do you want Galactus coming in with like a jaunty look on his face? Maybe do a hitch kick or something? What do you want from Galactus, Robbie?
This Galactus is better than that freaking Galactus. Looked like he was made of tape, clay, and plastic. Oh man, it was.
What are you on about, Liefeld? Why don't you go steal somebody else's intellectual property and try to rip it off as your own again, man? How many more times you gonna get caught at that?
It was so just okay. When did they get bad at this?
Poor guy thinks he invented Deadpool, don't you know? Thinks he invented it. It's like, enunciation. Don't mention that.
What Scream did for horror movies and making it a franchise that you can look inside of itself.
I have watched every horror movie you could possibly think of, and Scream is so stupid.
I hate these people. I want Scream and I think it's dumb. Scream is a brilliant take on horror films, and if you don't like what Scream has to say, there's a decent enough chance that you don't like what Scream has to say about you. I could see a lot of horror fans looking at Scream and saying, oh, it's breaking down and showing us all of these tropes and everything. And frankly, that's what made me enjoy the film. And what opened up horror as a genre to me is that someone said, hey, all the things that you know that are cliche and stupid and stuff like that, we're doing that on purpose. It's all part of, tropes and everything. And when you see it that way and you understand what they're going for, it can change your mind completely. And that's what the movie Scream did for me. So when people go like, oh, I don't like it, it makes me feel like they don't like it because it made them feel stupid or something. I don't know.
Why?
What the?
Kind of reinvented the genre a little bit and did something no one else had ever done.
Yeah,
it's
bore people to death.
No, it did. What are you talking about? Bore people to death? How much money did Scream make? We've gotten 7 films of them now. What are you talking about, guys?
Tongue in cheek, it's funny, it's cool.
Got sick and tired of watching a movie that's a horror movie that was too formulaic. Hey, you're gonna trip and fall because you're stupid. This is who.
And then the brilliant part about all of it, it was like they laid it out for you. Kevin Williamson did an amazing job on this screenplay where he says, here are all the tropes that are in horror movies. And this is why all these tropes in horror movies are stupid and silly. And then the movie itself started to get into these tropes. You started to see the things that the movie itself even warned you was going to be happening. Like she starts running up the steps instead of out the front door. They mentioned that in scenes earlier. It becomes the thing that it's telling you about. Same thing that Hot Fuss does. It then becomes a movie that it's trying to, like, it's brilliant stuff. And when it's done correctly, it is done fantastically so, as it was in Scream. What is this guy's complaint?
Who's gonna kill because blah blah blah, and then they went, yo, this is how we're doing it. You just shocked the crap out of me, and you made it a storyline where the villain makes sense as to why he's killing people.
Went to see it because it wasn't formulaic, and then it became the most formulaic movie.
That was the point, my mans. That was the point. The point is hey, all of these movies have these tropes and everything in them, and then they go, well, those are all silly and stupid. Why would anybody do these things? And you know why they would do all of these stupid, tropey things? Because they're fun, because they're exciting, because that's what makes horror films. That's why we enjoy them. There is a recipe, there is a formula, and you want to see what everybody's different little flavor is like. That's what horror movies are. Come on, man.
I didn't need Wednesday Light to come back in here and be like, well, I'm probably sure we're going to die again.
Yeah, millions of teenagers disagree with you.
Answer me this. Do you guys...
Okay, now if he's talking about Scream 4, then that's whatever. Okay, I thought he was talking about the OG Scream. I wasn't even looking at this bottom shit. And you can, like, that Scream 4, you can pound with that one. I don't care. I loved your popcorn recipe, man. Loved your comment, my man. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. And because a lot of people see the popcorn video and they don't venture out any further than that. And we got so much more content. So thank you, buddy. Thanks for showing up.
You guys get uncomfortable driving behind log trucks?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Final Destination 2.
That's Final Destination.
For sure.
Made that impact on your life.
It's a great franchise.
The only thing Scream impacted on my life is that I don't want to.
Okay. Oh, so, okay. We're doing it for a franchise. Halloween, Scream, or Final Destination, which one you killing? Are we killing their post trilogies? Because I'd nuke them all. I think they're all good, but if I'm going to kill one, does it impact the future of horror? For example, if I killed off Halloween, does all of the influence that Halloween had on it, does that then go away? I wonder. Because if that's the case, if all the influence from the movie goes away when we burn that movie, I would say we got to get rid of Final Destination. Because I think Scream and Halloween added enough to the zeitgeist, more so than the Final Destination. I like the Final Destination ones, but if we're doing that kind of like pick one of these three to kind of burn, I feel like we got to go burn Final Destination. Even though they probably got about the same number of good films as Scream does. But and ironically enough, though, Halloween's got the worst number of films. But yet it's the one that you kind of have to keep.
Watch another Scream movie.
is pretty wild because
Producer Patrick is back, everybody. Our weekly check-in with Producer Patrick. What do we got?
you can freely walk around the sets here. I'm in a set that is war-torn China, and the detail is immaculate. What a really cool place to visit. This is an incredible set. It's actually Nanking, which is a very dark story in China's past, especially if you know history of World War II.
See, it's shocking that somebody makes a set this wild and big and detailed and stuff these days. It's rare to see that happen, oddly enough.
And the stories that take place here have very significant meaning to the Chinese culture. But I think this is one of the coolest sets I have ever visited. The studio is pretty incredible. They are full-on city streets. Not only that, they're not even facades. There's a 1-to-1 aspect ratio. You could walk into any one of these buildings, and there are restaurants or arcades fully decked out with props ready to go. It's pretty impressive to see this working movie studio. They got a whole train station here. Doesn't go anywhere, but
they got it.
In case you need one, they got one ready to go. 513 out of Shanghai.
Thanks, Producer Patrick.
You're right. Skinamarink is not a movie, it's a diss track.
Okay. Last video of the night, last reaction of the night here and everything. My man goes over some lore and stuff like you ain't never seen with videos. I've loved his series on Lost and all of the J.J. Abrams stuff, all the J.J. Abrams connections throughout all of these things. This man is so good at breaking down stuff. It's good. It will make you actually want to watch things that you frigging hate. And I hate Skinamarink. Skinamarink was an absolute utter piece of garbage. And I want to hear him break down a movie that I absolutely hated and see if he can change my mind and maybe make me want to watch Skinamarink again. But I cannot imagine a world where that will happen. Please convince me otherwise.
Understand its story, you have to understand the story from the cartoon the kids are watching in the film. The cartoon from 1931 called Bimbo's Initiation, and the parallels from the cartoon to the film are actually insane. It's about a dog named Bimbo who is trying to escape a cult. At the beginning, Bimbo falls down a manhole where he's trapped inside of a weird house ran by cult members. Just like how it's said in Skinamarink that little boy Kevin fell down a flight of stairs. Bimbo's locked inside this house by Mickey Mouse. That's an important detail that I'll touch on in a second. All throughout the house, there's pictures of dead people implying if you join this cult, you will die too. When Bimbo runs for the door disappears, just like how the doors and windows disappear inside Kevin's house. Suddenly, the house flips upside down. We see Bimbo walk on the ceiling, just like how we see Kevin walk on the ceiling. Notice how the light fixtures are identical. When Bimbo calls for help, he finds that the phone is being operated by someone who is already dead. Similarly to how when Kevin calls the police, the entity turns it into a weird possessed playphone.
I wish I saw any of these things when I saw this movie, because all I saw was just like, hey, we're going to point the camera at the ground and you're going to stare at it for a bit, and then we're going to change when nothing happens.
Lights go out, Bimbo lights his way with a match, just like how Kevin lights his way with a flashlight. The cult keeps asking Bimbo over and over, want to be a member, and the more he resists, the more malevolent the house becomes. We see a giant knife trying to get him, implying that if you don't join, you will become unalive. In the end, the members remove their cloaks, revealing to be Bimbo's loved one, Betty Boop, and once he sees it's someone he loves, he joins the cult. In the film, the father's face, who we never see, tells the sister Kaylee to look under the bed. She looks back up, it's revealed to be the mom who was the one talking to her, the same mom that Kaylee said earlier in the film, I don't want to talk about mom. Mom is wanting Kaylee to do so.
All you heard in that movie was like, and then distant cartoons in the background. That's Skinamarink in total.
Something that she doesn't want any part of, and at the end of this same scene, you hear a cracking sound like the sound of a bone snapping. This is the very moment that Kaylee becomes metaphorically unalive. The very next time we see her, her mouth has been removed from her face. She has lost the ability to speak. I'll speak on more on that in a second. I promise it all connects. House becomes more and more malevolent towards Kevin, even going as far as asking him to do something with one of these. Eventually, we see more nightmarish imagery implying that Kevin is being unalived while he screams for his mother, while the cartoon music plays in the background. ground. What does this all mean? Bimbo and Betty Boop were created by an artist by the name of Dave Fleischer, who famously hated Walt Disney, accusing him of stealing his style. Dave created cartoons that were targeted towards a more mature audience, while Disney became much more popular because he aimed this style towards children. In 1931, Disney became the industry leader with the very animation that Dave felt he pioneered. Bimbo's initiation was Dave's diss track to the pressure he was feeling to conform to be more like Disney. In the cartoon, Mickey literally forces Bimbo to go underground where he is being pressured to conform, otherwise he will become unalive. Conforming would be taking away Dave's unique artistic voice away, just like what happens to Kaylee in the film. In the end, Bimbo is seduced by Betty Boop, implying that even when a system is oppressive and terrifying, we will still submit to it under the lie that it offers us love. Evan is seduced by the loving voice of his mother, telling him to go to sleep. No matter how much the kids resisted, they were roped in by the guise of someone they thought loved them. All of this is quite purposeful, considering that Skinamarink was created by an artist who has resisted being swept up by the big budget studio system. He wants to remain in his niche space, creating unique art that he feels can only be told in his voice. But considering that Skinamarink is designed to be up for anyone's interpretation without any definitive meaning, I guess this is all a theory. An LP Longmire theory.
Yeah. Another great breakdown. I don't think it makes me want to see that movie again. Maybe it makes me want to see the cartoon, the little Bimbo cartoon that's based upon and everything, but I don't know that that's going to go so far as to make me want to necessarily go and watch that. That's it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and everything and chatting up in the chat and whatnot. We really appreciate you all there. Thursday evening, we got a new movie coming out, everybody. We got a new movie coming out in Weapons, as we mentioned there. I think even Alex himself in the chat earlier said, I am so excited about Weapons. I'm excited about Weapons too, but I know nothing about it, save for its name. And the I don't know shit about Fuck Girl is there. And or Silver Surfer. Maybe she's probably wanted to be known as that instead. But I know that she's in that. So that's coming out this Thursday. So I'll see that Thursday in the kind of afternoon, I think. And then we'll come back and do kind of a spoiler-free talk here and everything. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens after that. And, of course, we're seeing the Naked Gun movies, not the sequels just yet, but we'll get into the sequels in the next couple weeks. But the original Naked Gun from 1988, we're going to be checking that out on H&P proper this week. So do that. Hey, man, if you're here right now, do me a big old giant favor if you haven't. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the like button. Appreciate it. Always, if you're seeing this after the fact, leave a comment, all that kind of good stuff. Patreon.com/HMP, be a dirty baby. Join us up there. We really appreciate all that. And I appreciate all of you for helping me put all of this fantastic thing together here that I will repurpose on social media later in order to drive more people to here to get us to maybe not live in the poorhouse for so friggin' long. I'm thankful that all of you guys are, can watch and do all the things that we enjoy all the things that we do and stuff like that. It really means a whole bunch. All we need to do is just, get a bit bigger here and I can do this full time. I mean, like it's not out of the realm of possibility. And quite frankly, I see so much stuff out there that is absolutely utter horse crap that is done at a far less quality than we do over here at H&P. And the only way that we're going to get bigger and better with that is if you guys hit that like and subscribe button, share this out with friends. We really appreciate it. I don't care if it's here or if it's over on Kick or Facebook, Instagram, any of those things. Me on TikTok, all the links for all of these things are in the show notes. All of it makes a difference. And even if you're not subscribed on Patreon, any of those other things that you can do to help that are free, essentially, to help, kind of get the word out on this show, we really appreciate it. And I thank all of you guys so very, very much for all of that. That is it, everybody. Join me back here on Thursday when we are talking our review for Weapons. And we'll see you then.